All right, now tell me, a man is walking on horizontal road. Man is walking normally on horizontal road. Moving with speed v. Suppose this direction is north. Suppose this direction is north. And man is walking normally. Okay. In which direction will friction act? Overall friction. I'm not talking of individual foot. एक एक फुट के बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है. इंडिविजुअल फुट के बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. ओवरऑल फ्रिक्शन किस डायरेक्शन में एक्ट कर रहा है? ओवरऑल फ्रिक्शन किस डायरेक्शन में एक्ट कर रहा है? ओवरऑल नेट फ्रिक्शन किस डायरेक्शन में एक्ट कर रहा है? Only 4 people have answered. Sritosh is saying north. Ananya is saying south. Manasvi is saying south. Parth is saying south. Pratik is saying south, north. Okay. Others? Vijay is saying north. Atharva north. The rest are sleeping. Okay. The correct answer is none of the answers are correct. Correct answer is cannot be determined. Can you tell me why? Correct answer is cannot be determined. Can you tell me why? अब ध्यान से सुनो. क्वेश्चन में ये तो नहीं बता हुआ है कि उसका एक्सेलरेशन किधर है. जब फोर्सेस अगर if the forces n and mg will be like this. Okay. Now tell me, you know that the man's velocity is like this. ठीक है. अभी मान लेते स्ट्रेट लाइन मोशन है. तो अब मेरे को ये बताओ कि अगर वो स्पीड अप कर रहा है तो एक्सेलरेशन इधर होगा. एक पॉसिबिलिटी है कि स्पीड अप कर रहा है. दूसरा ये है कि ये जो वेलोसिटी है इस डायरेक्शन में कांस्टेंट है. तीसरा ये है कि ही इज वॉकिंग विद स्पीड v बट ही इज स्लोइंग डाउन. करेक्ट? नो. अब ये तीनों केसेस में बताओ मुझे ओवरऑल फ्रिक्शन किस डायरेक्शन में लगेगा. अब ये तीनों केसेस में इंडिविजुअली बताओ. फर्स्ट केस में टेक 3 केसेस. ए, वी आर रिज्यूमिंग अभी स्ट्रेट लाइन मोशन है. बी, सी. रिज्यूमिंग स्ट्रेट लाइन मोशन है. फर्स्ट केस में हाउ विल फ्रिक्शन एक्ट? ओवरऑल फ्रिक्शन एक्टिंग ऑन द मैन. In the first case it has to be like this. In the last case it has to be like this. And in this case the friction must be zero. Overall friction must be zero. फर्स्ट केस में जिनको ये लग रहा है कि फ्रिक्शन पीछे लगना चाहिए, भाई समझो हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सेलरेशन है. कौन सा फोर्स है जो ए देगा फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में? हॉरिजॉन्टली कौन सा फोर्स है जो ए दे सकता है? हॉरिजॉन्टली कौन सा फोर्स है जो ए दे सकता है फर्स्ट केस में? नॉर्मल और एमजी तो नहीं दे सकता ना. नॉर्मल और एमजी कैन दे प्रोवाइड a horizontal acceleration? Normal and mg can they provide a horizontal acceleration? If no, ये तो समझ में आ रहा है ना सबको कि नॉर्मल और mg हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सेलरेशन नहीं दे सकते। दैट मींस हॉरिजॉन्टल एक्सेलरेशन, फोर्स का काम वेलोसिटी देना नहीं, फोर्स का काम एक्सेलरेट करना है। F is equal to ma, F is not equal to mv. Force produces an acceleration. If the body starts from rest, then velocity also develops in the same direction. Correct? No? फोर्स का डायरेक्शन देख के मोशन का डायरेक्शन बताते हैं क्या? प्रोजेक्टाइल मोशन में फोर्स हमेशा डाउनवर्ड लगता है, mg। ये देख के क्या बोलेंगे? बॉडी नीचे गिर जाएगा। और ये फोर्स क्या करता है? ये फोर्स इस वेलोसिटी को टर्न करता है अपनी तरफ, इस वेलोसिटी को चेंज करता है, अपनी तरफ टर्न करता है। करेक्ट? नो? आर यू क्लियर विद दिस? फोर्स देख के आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ बॉडी पे एक्सेलरेशन बता सकते हैं। यू कैन ओनली टेल व्हाट इज द डायरेक्शन ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन। If the body started from rest, then it will start moving in the direction of acceleration. If it had initial velocity, then the motion direction can differ. Is this okay? Fundamentally, प्रॉब्लम कहाँ पे आती है कि फोर्स का डायरेक्शन देख के मोशन का डायरेक्शन बता रहे हैं। एक्सेलरेशन, मोशन का डायरेक्शन इज डिसाइडेड बाय वेलोसिटी, हाउ द वेलोसिटी इज चेंजिंग इज डिसाइडेड बाय एक्सेलरेशन, and acceleration is governed by the force. Now understand, when you start to run or when you speed up, while you are running, when you are speeding up, do you bend forward or do you bend backward? अगर दौड़ रहे हैं और अपना स्पीड बढ़ाना है तो किधर बेंड करेंगे, फॉरवर्ड डायरेक्शन में या बैकवर्ड डायरेक्शन? That means the foot is hitting the ground somewhat like this. Foot is hitting the ground somewhat like this, and foot is pushing the ground in a tilted manner like this. So foot is itself getting a reaction. C is like this. This C has two components. The component along the common tangent is the friction, and the component, this component is normal. When the man is trying to स्लो डाउन, जब आप दौड़ते दौड़ते स्लो डाउन करते हैं, आप किधर बेंड करते हैं? बैकवर्ड बेंड करते हैं या फॉरवर्ड बेंड करते हैं? हाउ डू यू बेंड, बैकवर्ड और फॉरवर्ड? That means overall your foot is hitting the ground in this manner. You're hitting the ground like this. So friction is, you're pushing the ground like this. Ground is pushing you like this. And the force along the common tangent is the friction. And force along the common normal, इसी का component will be N. Is that okay? So you start running due to friction. You stop running due to friction. Isn't it? खुद सोच के देखो, when you are running very fast and suddenly नीचे नहीं देखा, पानी पानी है, स्लिपरी सरफेस है, कैसे गिरते हो? मुंह के बल गिरते हो या पीठ के बल गिरते हो? Do you fall on your face or do you fall on your back? If you are running and suddenly there was a slippery surface, if there was a slippery surface, how would you fall? Would you fall on your face or would you fall on your back? Right? Now suppose you are trying to stop. You are running but you're trying to stop and slippery surface comes. How do you fall? On your face or on your back? I hope you understood what I mean. In the first case, your foot is pushing the ground backward. When it's a slippery surface, it is unable to give the sufficient friction. Your body is already bent forward, so you fall on your face. When you're trying to stop, your body is bent backward, and if friction is unable to, if friction is unable to if friction is not sufficient, then your foot will start moving forward in that. It will slip on the ground in the forward direction. And your body is already tilted. The torque of mg basically topples you. Are you clear with this? Are you clear with this? So man is walking northward. It only gives you the direction of velocity. To know the direction of friction, it must be given man is walking northward at increasing speed, decreasing speed, or constant speed. To walk with constant speed, your feet have to hit the ground perfectly vertically. You'll have to walk like a duck. If perfect constant velocity you want to maintain. Are you clear with this? Okay, try to do this. 5 kg, 10 kg block, both have frictions. Coefficient of frictions are given 0.5 and 0.2. Pitosh, नीचे वाले का 0.5 जो बोल रहे हो, 0.5 पीछे की ओर जाएगा वो, तुम्हारे हिसाब से, है ना? ऊपर वाले ब्लॉक को सामने खींचा, पीछे वाला ब्लॉक, नीचे वाला ब्लॉक पीछे भाग जाएगा. देखो तो जो तुम 0.5 बोल रहे हो उसका डायरेक्शन क्या है? ऊपर वाला ब्लॉक को आगे खींचा, पीछे वो नीचे वाला पीछे चला गया। देखा है ऐसा होता है कभी? और ये तो काफी प्रैक्टिकल सिचुएशन है कि दोनों सरफेसेस पे फ्रिक्शन है। ऐसा कोई हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन नहीं है कि ऊपर वाला ब्लॉक को आगे खींचा, नीचे वाला पीछे भाग गया। अथर्व ठीक है, नीचे वाले का? This is the maximum value of the first friction. Maximum value of the second friction with the ground will be mu2 n2, and this will be zero point 0.2 into 150. All right. These are the maximum possible friction. Friction here will be like this. Friction on this one. Like this. Yes, Ritosh, correct. Atharva, correct. Yes. Now this has a maximum value of 30. So F1 F1 का highest value क्या है? 25. So even if this F1 becomes 25, this can still become 25 and stop this one. Correct? No? Slipping of the second block due to F1. Slipping of the second block due to F1 is not possible. Slipping of the upper block due to F1 is not possible. Slipping of the bottom block due to F1 is not possible. Okay, so even if F1 becomes 25, this is 40. Even if this becomes 25, this can easily take the value 25 because its maximum value is 30. So it can easily take the value till 25. And therefore upper acceleration will be 15 by 5, 3 meter per second square. Lower acceleration will be 0. Any doubt in this? block of mass m rests on a bracket of mass capital M. Coefficients of friction between the block and the bracket are mu s and mu k. Bracket rests on a frictionless flow. What is the maximum force F that can be applied on the block so that via the string as shown, so that the block is not to slide on the bracket? What is the maximum value of F so that block does not slide on the bracket? Bracket is that वो L shape जो object है, that is your bracket. No, 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 it's not mu s mg. माइनस mu s mg माइनस कैसे हो सकता है? वो फोर्स का मैग्नीट्यूड पूछा हुआ है, ये तो कुछ गड़बड़ कर रहे हो. अच्छा पहले एक चीज बताओ, अगर if the block does not slide, if the block does not slide on the bracket, तो दोनों का एक्सेलरेशन सेम है. If the block does not slide on the bracket, then दोनों का एक्सेलरेशन सेम है. Then the only external force which is acting, बाकी सोचो नॉर्मल वर्टिकल फोर्सेस में नॉर्मल वगैरह सब वर्टिकल डायरेक्शन में है, ठीक है. Even if I draw the free body diagram, block was here, blocks diagram I'm making here. This is kept in the system. Okay. Now, even if I draw the forces acting are on this one F, F, and there is a normal here. There is small mg, normal's reaction, normal from the ground, say M0, capital Mg, and this has a force F like this, and it's the reaction force small f here. Correct? No, this is the free body diagram. The tension will be equal to F. Tension in the string will be equal to F here. Tension will be equal to capital F. अच्छा अब ये बताओ, for the system small m plus capital M, for the system small m plus capital M, this normal is internal, this friction is internal, and one of these tensions is internal. Correct? No, these are the rounded ones are the internal forces. अभी तुमको ये combined FBD समझ में आ रहा है? I'm only showing the horizontal external force. I am only showing the horizontal external force. Or external forces हैं, N naught mg small mg, but they are vertical. I am only showing the horizontal external force. Now, as these two are not slipping on each other, they are moving with same acceleration, and the common acceleration simply should be net external force by the total mass. Is that okay? Net external force by the total mass. Any doubts in this? ठीक है, ये कब बोल सकते हैं? जब दोनों बॉडीज का एक्सेलरेशन सेम है, तब बोल सकते हैं. सेम इन मैग्नीट्यूड एज वेल एज डायरेक्शन, बोथ. एटवुड मशीन में उठा के मत लगा देना. लगा सकते हैं, थोड़ा डिफरेंटली लगाना पड़ेगा. ठीक है, यहां तक समझ में आ रहा है? दिस इज द कॉमन एक्सेलरेशन. नाउ टेल मी, व्हाट इज द एक्सेलरेशन, व्हाट इज द इक्वेशन फॉर equation of motion? This one is moving with acceleration a, this one is also moving with acceleration a. So equation of motion will be 2 capital F minus small f is equal to capital M into capital M into a, and इसका equation हो जाएगा F minus capital F is equal to small m. Correct? No? Is that okay? Any doubt till here? यहाँ तक किसी का कोई डाउट? Add these. Sorry, not 3. यहाँ से भी तुमको वो मिल जाता, कैपिटल F इज इक्वल टू एज एक्सपेक्टेड. ठीक है, यहाँ से भी वही मिल जाता अगर ऐड करोगे तो, लेकिन वी डोंट वांट टू ऐड इट. So let us find the required friction for this to happen. What is the required friction? Small m into a, and this is F plus small m into what is a? A is, so what is the required friction? F into capital M plus 2 times small m divided by capital M plus small m. This is the required friction, and we know there will be no slipping. No slipping occurs till this required friction lies in its limiting value. Correct? No? Which mu? Mu s. So this gives F into capital M plus 2 times small m by capital M plus small m less than or equal to mu static into n is what? Mg. F is less than or equal to mu static mg into capital M plus n by capital M plus 2n. So what is the basic idea? Find the required friction, impose this condition, you will get an inequality. That is the basic idea. Find the required friction, and if slipping is not to happen, impose the condition that the required friction for that motion should be equal to, पहले से μn लिख के काम मत किया करो. समझ में आ रहा है क्या बोल रहा हूँ? पहले से μn लिख के काम मत किया करो. पहले ये देखो कि जो जो मोशन जो कंडीशन बोला हुआ है उसके लिए हाउ मच फ्रिक्शन इज रिक्वायर्ड, then impose the condition. If slipping is not to happen, then this condition should hold true. Automatically you will get the inequality. Is this okay? Are you all clear with this? Give some confirmation, yes, no. आइटर्स वर्टिकल इक्वेशंस लिख लोगे तुम लोग, n नॉट इज इक्वल टू n प्लस mg, n इज इक्वल टू mg लिख लोगे, ठीक है. Okay, now do this. पहले फर्स्ट पार्ट करो. What minimum force applied leftward on block 1 will move the system? Friction coefficient of all contact surfaces is 0.2. So there is friction between the two blocks as well as friction between the 1 kg and the ground. यस, करेक्ट। अच्छा, इसमें अभी दो चीज समझो, देखो, जैसे नॉर्मल फ्रिक्शन कैसे क्वेश्चंस में कैसे करते हैं कि अज्यूम करते हैं कि सब कुछ रेस्ट पे है या नहीं, है ना, बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। अब इसमें क्वेश्चन पूछ ही रहा है कि इट विल मूव द सिस्टम। नाउ अंडरस्टैंड, सिंस इट इज कनेक्टेड बाय स्ट्रिंग, इट, तुमको ये समझ में आ रहा है, 1 kg जिधर मूव करेगा 2 kg उसका ऑपोजिट ही मूव करेगा। ये स्ट्रिंग का लेंथ लेंथ कांस्टेंट रहने की वजह से होगा। होगा, द डायरेक्शन इन विच 1 kg moves will be opposite to the direction in which 2 kg block will move. This is due to the string constraint. Are you all clear with this? ये समझ में आ रहा है? The direction in which 1 kg moves will be opposite to the direction in which 2 kg moves. Is this one clear to everyone? No matter how what the direction is. String को taut रखना है अगर, and we are already pulling it this way. Then if this moves in this direction, by string constraint, this must move in this direction. Correct? Yes or no? Second, अगर एक मूव करेगा तो दूसरा भी मूव करेगा, अदरवाइज स्ट्रिंग का लेंथ कांस्टेंट नहीं रहेगा। If one moves, the other moves. That means if friction acting is maximum on one, it is maximum on the other one too, because slipping starts on both of them simultaneously. Is this point clear? Are these 2 points clear to everyone? Yes or no? These will be the friction directions. Okay, I'm not showing the vertical forces. That's simple enough. ऊपर वाले पे normal will be 20, नीचे वाले पे normal will be from the ground will be 30. किसी को डाउट इसमें? So friction 1, highest value that it can have, is mu into n1, and mu is given half, so 10 newtons. Friction 2, highest value that it can have will be mu into n2, which is 15 newtons. Okay, आपको समझ में आ रहा है कि अगर एक मूव करना चालू किया, if this starts to move, if this is on the verge of moving, this will also be on the verge of moving. So we can say that both the frictions will become maximum simultaneously. If this is 10, this one is bound to be 15. Both are on its maximum limit simultaneously. So you have 10 is equal to 2t and f is equal to 10 plus t plus 15. So f की वैल्यू क्या हो जाएगी? t की वैल्यू 5 है, so 30. Okay, not Ananya. Sritosh had given the correct answer. Ananya said 5 Newton. Sritosh, यही क्या है?
Yes, sir.
Second case में, when you are applying the force to the bottom block, when you are applying the force to the bottom block, in that case, how will the situation differ? No, on the top block. Sir. We applied on the bottom one. Now, if you apply it on the top block, only difference will be this time F1 will be like this. Right. So if this moves like this will have a tendency to move like this. So maximum value of this one is 10. नीचे वाले के लिए क्या 1 second. This is 2t and this is t. F is equal to 2t plus 10 and F1 is equal to t plus, in fact, 10 is equal to t plus 50. Are you doing this? Tell me. How many of you have done this? Block 1 is the 1 kg block. First part में नीचे वाले पे लगाया. F is applied on the lower one. In this one, it is applied on the upper one. Now, when you are applying on the upper one, is this what you have done? Is this what you have done? अगर ये किया तो t का वैल्यू नेगेटिव आ जाएगा. Have you done this? If you do this, you will get a negative value of t. Try to understand. What is the error here? Can you tell me what is the error here? In this one, what is the error? You are getting a negative value of t, na? What is the error in this one? What is the error in this one? See, understand. In the lower block, please understand this. Lower block is going to slide, if the upper block slides this way, then both frictions, this is a very common error, both frictions have to be in this direction, in this one. ये समझ में आ रही बात? Both frictions will be in this direction. F1Q, because capital F की वजह से F1 is in this direction, but reaction is in this direction. Now you understand that this is going to move, going to slide in this sense with respect to the lower block. So this F2, this cannot be the situation. So your equations are, first equation is this, second equation is T is equal to F1 plus F2. Okay, which is 10 plus 15, that is 25. So T is 25, substitute here 2 into 25 plus 10. So this, for the second one, the minimum force required is 60 newtons. Minimum force required will become 60 newtons. Minimum force required will become 60 newtons. Minimum force required is 60 newtons. Are you clear with this? Any doubts in this one? This one is A, this one is B. Minimum force that must be applied on A to start the motion of B. Minimum force that must be applied on A is to start the motion of B. फ्रिक्शन का डायरेक्शन तुम लोग को बनाना है, बताओ कैसा लगेगा इंटरफेस पे, ए पे कैसा लगेगा, हाउ विल द डायरेक्शन ऑफ फ्रिक्शन बी? Let us assume slipping has not started. What answer are you getting? It's not a difficult question. Are you getting these equations? देखो, ये इक्वेशन को देख लो और ये इक्वेशन को देख लो, देखो समझो इसको। यहाँ पे यू कैन राइट n माइनस एफ इज इक्वल टू रूट टू एम जी, एंड इस इक्वेशन से आ जाएगा आपको n प्लस एफ इज इक्वल टू रूट टू एफ। तो इससे n की वैल्यू आ जाएगी रूट टू, और रादर एफ प्लस एम जी बाई रूट टू, एंड फ्रिक्शन की वैल्यू आ जाएगी, सब्ट्रैक्ट दिस, एफ माइनस एम जी बाई रूट टू। तो सब्स्टिट्यूट हियर, what is capital F, F minus mg by root 2 less than or equal to mu is, we'll substitute mu last, n is F plus mg by root 2. This cancels out. So what are you left with? F is less than or equal to mg times 1 plus mu by 1 minus mu, isn't it? So now they're asking what is the minimum force that must be applied. F minimum is mg into 1 plus mu by 1 minus mu. Now substitute this. This is given as 0.6. 6 by 10 into 10 into 1 minus mu is 0.4. So 0.6 by 1.4. 6 into 6 by 14. Uh, 1 second. This is ulta likha मैंने. Into 1 plus mu है 1.4 by 0.6. 6 into 14 by 6. Nice integer answer, you will get 14 newtons. Any doubt in this? Any doubt in this? Yes. एन और एफ को गिवन क्वांटिटीज के टर्म्स में डाल दो। एक तो एफ कैपिटल एफ चाहिए, उसके टर्म्स में आना चाहिए, और दूसरा एमजी के टर्म्स में आना चाहिए। ठीक है, नाउ अंडरस्टैंड, इन जेई typically the kind of friction questions they will give, do the past JEE papers. Okay, please do the past JEE papers. Add the two equations. Which one बेटा? 2n हो जाएगा, वो 2 नीचे जाकर रूट टू कॉमन ले लो उधर से, बाय रूट टू हो गया ना। ये दोनों को ऐड करोगे, 2n इज इक्वल टू रूट टू टाइम्स एम जी प्लस एफ, यही आएगा ना। टू को नीचे ले जा। Have I done any calculation error? Rest of you, is there any error in that? हाँ, ideally now I should write the equation and leave the calculation up to you, class 12 students now. Okay, now tell me something. Suppose you have a spring balance like this. This mass is m. What is the reading of the spring balance? Suppose the spring balance can read masses in kgs, then what will be the reading of the spring balance? Suppose the spring balance can read mass. दो तरह का स्प्रिंग बैलेंस होता है, किसी में फोर्स दिखाते हैं न्यूटन्स में, किसी में मास में ग्रेजुएटेड रहता है. ठीक है, लेट अस अज्यूम मासेस में ग्रेजुएटेड है. What will be the reading? Only one person has answered. Rest are doing what? What will be the reading of the spring balance? What will be the reading of the spring balance? M. Okay. किसी को डाउट इसमें? इसमें किसी को डाउट है? अच्छा अभी बताओ तो क्या होगा अगर ये दोनों मासेस है ना. अभी रीडिंग कितना होगा? ओके, वन आंसर इज कम 0. बाकी लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? 2m. ओके, जीरो जीरो. ओके, rest are spectators. 4-5 people are answering. Rest are visiting professors. Zero. Okay, now listen carefully. Listen. All answers are wrong. Let me break up the system. First पहले ये वाले को देखो, पहले इसको समझते हैं. स्प्रिंग बैलेंस इज एसेंशियली इनसाइड क्या है? एक स्प्रिंग ही है ना. स्प्रिंग बैलेंस essentially is what? Inside there is a spring that gets stretched. Okay, let's break the system completely into its constituents and see what is the interaction in each situation. Now look at this. This is mg. Suppose this tension is T1, this tension is T2. This tension is T1. Okay. Now tell me something. Okay, this is T1 like this. Who applied this tension T1? String applied it. Similarly, here there will be, okay, now here let us say this spring is extended by X. What will the spring do to whatever is attached to it? What will the spring do to whatever is attached to it if it is extended? It will try to pull this one and this one with Kx, correct? And what does the string does? String gives a tension T1 on this one, and here it pulls, this string pulls with T2. And there is wall here. This wall is pulled with T2 and the string is pulled with T2 in this direction. This is the FBD. Newton's third law. T1 is equal to Kx. Newton's third law. T2 is equal to Kx. Equilibrium. कब मेजर करते हैं स्प्रिंग बैलेंस को? वो ऑसिलेट करता रहता है तब मेजर करते हैं, या जब वो स्टेबल हो जाता है तब मेजर करते हैं? कब मेजर करते हैं स्प्रिंग बैलेंस में? कब मेजर करते हैं? वो ऑसिलेट करता रहता है तब मेजर करते हैं, या स्टेबल हो जाता है, ऑसिलेशन रुक जाता है तब मेजर करते हैं? गुड। इक्विलिब्रियम में मेजर करते हैं ना, रीडिंग लेना होता है तो इक्विलिब्रियम में। सो T1 is mg, so that means kx is equal to mg, kx is equal to T2, kx is equal to T1. So this tensions will not change by introduction of a massless springs, and kx equal to mg. Let us now try to visualize what this situation is. इतना तो समझ में आ गया ना कि मासलेस स्प्रिंग, लाइट स्प्रिंग अगर इंट्रोड्यूस करोगे तो स्ट्रिंग का टेंशन नहीं बदलेगा, दोनों साइड सेम रहेगा। mg, let us call it t, 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 mg। इक्विलिब्रियम के लिए, इक्विलिब्रियम पे t विल बी इक्वल टू mg, तो दोनों साइड टेंशन सेम होना चाहिए। दिस इज t। नाउ टेल मी, isn't this going to be pulled by t on both sides, and it itself is going to pull the string with kx? अब जरा ये सिचुएशन देखो, it is pulled with t1 and t2, and here t1 is equal to t2 is equal to mg, correct? No, basically t1 is equal to t2 is equal to mg. So basically यहाँ पे this spring was pulled by, effectively this was pulled by 2 mg forces, and here also it is pulled by forces of magnitude equal to mg. So whatever is the reading here, same is the reading here. Here also reading is m, not 0, not 2m. Basic class 11th question. Study, study, study. Revise, study. Are you clear with this? In both situations, the pull on the string, the pull on the spring is forces of magnitude mg. In both cases are pulling on the spring. The spring always gets pulled by two equal and opposite forces. If it is a light spring, mass is 0, net force has to be 0. Mass we are saying tending to 0, net force has to be 0. Are you clear with this? Are you all clear with this? Yes or no? Give a confirmation. In both situations, the spring is getting pulled by forces which have magnitude mg. In both situations, the spring is getting pulled by forces which have magnitude mg. Okay. Okay. Now quickly do the next question and tell me the answer. अब बताओ क्या होगा? मासेस अलग कर दी, रीडिंग बताना है। अब समझो रीडिंग पूछा जा रहा है तो इसमें कुछ इनहेरेंट है, which is something which is inherent in the question. Yes, 4m by 3. 4m by 3, correct. When this will get a maximum stretch, ये समझ में आ रहा है? अगर वो ऑसिलेट नहीं करेगा तो स्ट्रिंग की तरह है, अगर स्ट्रिंग की तरह है तो इस सिस्टम का एक्सेलरेशन कितना हो जाएगा? एक्सेलरेशन विल बी g by 3, isn't it? एंड किसी भी एक से टेंशन निकाल लो, t minus mg is equal to m times g by 3. So this t becomes 4 mg by 3. Okay, now this is the tension that is going to pull on the string from both sides, isn't it? 4 mg by 3, so the mass reading will be 4m by 3. The mass reading will be 4m by 3. Are you clear with this? Any doubts here? Any doubts in this one? Okay, so tomorrow we'll start with work by energy. Tomorrow we'll start with work by energy. So please revise and come. Okay, please revise a little bit basics, whatever has been taught, revise it. Okay, so in the class today